You pour your heart and soul into all that you do, and when you still feel like it isn't enough, like you aren't enough, when you feel tired and pulled in all directions like it's too much, it's time to pause and renew. I'm Kimberly Mutar, and this is the Renewed Mama Podcast. You are here to renew your mind, the words you speak, your parenting approach, and your marriage, because this renewing isn't a one-time thing. It's a daily, moment-by-moment renewal where we intentionally check in with our thoughts. We don't ignore the feelings, but we choose the right words to speak, to act on, and to believe. That's the number one key that keeps us staying renewed, Mama, and we are going to do it together. When I was a kid, I was sure that my mom had eyes in the back of her head. She just knew what my sisters and I were up to. There was no hiding anything from her. How did she always know? It boggled me. Now that I'm a mom to 3, I realize that having eyes in the back of your head is a secret mama superpower. We know what our kids are up to, except when there is that long, eerie silence from them in the house. You haven't seen them for a while, and you get that gut feeling like, oh no, what are they up to? Why is it that those disasters seem to involve makeup, cotton balls, toothpaste, nail polish, scissors? Oh, okay. Let's just stop there. We know when there was a sibling squabble because we sense the strife. We know when they're hiding something with, come on, Mom, and the rolls of the eyes. We know when cookies were sneaked from the cookie jar. I mean, that's an easy one because there's still chocolate on their faces, right? We know them so well. There are hearts out here in the world walking around being their own individual person. But Mama, let me tell you a secret. They know us too. They can see right through us. They know when you aren't telling the truth, holding back on them because it's a surprise. Or when you're saying what you don't really mean, like consequences that you don't actually intend to carry out. They sense when you are frustrated. Don't mess with Mama right now. They know when you don't really want to listen to another video game story or a retelling of the movie that you just watched with them last night. They know when you've messed up, done something unfair, treated one sibling one way that's different from the others, and it seems unfair. It's important that we are transparent with our children and communicate well in these moments. We need to be real and honest and the first to say, I messed up. I passed my frustration on to you and I was wrong to do that, instead of trying to pretend as if you did nothing wrong. It's right to say, my anger actually had nothing to do with you. I'm sorry that I took it out on you. I shouldn't have. Will you forgive me? Tell them, I've struggled with that too. Do you want to know how I overcame that? You know what? I misjudged the time and now we are going to be late. It's my fault. You can go ahead and try to hide your mess ups. You can try to look good. You can try to cover up those mistakes, but you won't fool them. They can see right through you. So let's take responsibility for our actions and admit, oops, I got that wrong. Let them watch us humble ourselves to make amends, to right wrongs, and to become a better version of ourselves. If we model it in real time, they will follow our example. We expect honesty from our children, and they want it from us as well. I commit to the right kind of transparency with my children. How about you? What do we do when we've lost control? You've lost control, you've shouted, you lied, you brushed them off because you can't be bothered right now. What do we do when we mess up? I mean, we all mess up. Even parents whine and throw their own version of a temper tantrum. Mine sound like this. How come I'm the only one who can put the dirty dishes in the dishwasher? That's the wrong perspective. Does no one else smell poo? Yes, the puppy had an accident and I must be the only one who can clean it up. Fine, if you don't want to help, you don't have to eat. Those are some false threats, right? I'm laughing because these are silly, but they don't feel silly in the moment of frustration or overwhelm, do they? They seem like legitimate talking points. When I started noticing that my oldest was responding negatively to things and defaulting to frustration, I thought, what is going on here? Children model their parents. So I stepped back and I evaluated my behavior to see if she was modeling me, what I was doing. Little by little, I noticed the times when I whined in frustration or said things in a negative tone or acted like I was really listening to their story, but I wasn't really hearing a thing. And that's when I said, oh boy, I've messed up. I need an attitude change, a heart change, and fast, Lord. I need to get out of my own way. Forgive me, Lord, for watering the tree of negativity and complaining and demonstrating that to my children. So what should you do when you mess up? Apologize. Say, I'm sorry, will you forgive me for, and then what you did wrong. Humble yourself and be the first to step toward restoration, to clear up that uncomfortable air of an argument or strife, knowing that you didn't handle things well. It escalated, nothing was resolved, only hurt feelings and anger remain. So say, I'm sorry, will you forgive me for losing it and shouting those mean words? I was frustrated and I was wrong to pass that frustration on to you. I want to make it right with you. In our house, when someone apologizes, we say, I forgive you, I bless you. We say that in response because that means that we will choose to not stay angry, but rather choose to love and bless them, knowing that we all make mistakes and we all mess up. I forgive you and I bless you. Then we say, I release you, meaning that we choose not to hold it against them and will not keep bringing it up in the future. You know, remembering wrongs. We choose to not remember the offense and bring it back up as an attack against them. If there is one gift that you could give your children today, it would be your words, chosen carefully and spoken well. The words you speak today are like seeds planted in their hearts and minds. These word seeds will sprout and bear fruit in their life as they grow and become adults. Use Speak Life badges, sticker award badges, along with suggested scripts or words you can say in the situations you encounter with your children. These scripts are designed to help you to speak to your child's individual personality, to break lies they may be believing, and to help them to grow up with a truth-filled mindset. Get them today at speaklifebadges.com. Remember to keep working on you. While your words are important, your children are paying attention to your actions more than your words. Saying I'm sorry again and again for the same wrong done and making no changes in your behavior quickly turns your apologies into empty words. What change needs to happen in you so that you do not continue to blow up or lose control in that same trigger area over and over, that same hang up. Remember that you can respond right. Take some quiet time to evaluate what triggers you to shout, what causes you to lose control or to feel overwhelmed, what causes you to not be the calm, steady, patient, renewed mama that you want to be. Write it down. Ask, what should I think about this trigger? What is the truth here? What should I be saying instead? And how will I respond differently next time? What can I do even before it becomes a problem? Can we prevent it? Make an action plan of what you will think, say, and do the next time it happens, because most likely it will happen again. Write out your action plan and put it in a place where you can see it often to remind yourself of the new way you will respond. I bless you, Mama, to stay renewed in your thoughts, in the words that you say, and in control of how you respond. I encourage you to stay humble and to quickly apologize when you need to. Would you let me know how this episode helps you? Record a testimony or a question by sending a voice message using the recording app found on the main page of speaklifebadges.com. I would love to share your testimony and answer your question on the podcast. I'd love to hear from you. Hit the like button and subscribe. If you like this episode, would you leave a review and share it with a friend? I'd be honored if you would. This will help more mamas find the podcast so that they can be encouraged and renewed too. Thank you. Lots of love. I'll see you next time. Bye.